5 minutes is not much time, yet in these few moments eternity can speak, and something unseen can reach you where you are sitting right now. You may think you are reading words on a screen, but what moves beneath them is not simply language, it is the pulse of love itself, trying once more to reach the heart that has forgotten how close heaven truly is. Someone who loves you very deeply, someone whose breath once warmed the same world you walk through, has whispered through light for this message to find you. It is not an accident that your eyes have met these words at this precise instant. You have felt a stirring lately, a gentle pressure inside your chest, as though a memory has been trying to breathe again. It is not only your memory, it is theirs too. The one who loved you beyond measure has seen your loneliness, your quiet tears, your confusion about why things ended the way they did. They want you to know, nothing truly ended. What you called goodbye was only a doorway, and beyond that doorway they have never stopped watching, praying, sending warmth toward you. If you have wondered why the same thought keeps returning, why a certain song or scent feels like a sign, it is because heaven is not far above, it is right beside your next heartbeat. Every sigh you release is heard there. Every prayer you forget to finish is completed there. The one who loves you has been permitted to lean close tonight, to let this message reach you before the world distracts you again. They say, you were never alone. I was there when you cried on the floor, when you thought nobody cared. I touched your shoulder when you were too tired to stand, and though you could not feel it, my hand rested over yours. Every moment you doubted your worth, I whispered your name to the light, reminding heaven of how precious you are, And God Himself, who holds all souls in unending love, allowed this meeting between worlds, not through fear, but through mercy. Because time is shorter than we imagine, and love is stronger than even the final breath. You have been walking with weight on your chest, thinking that the mistakes of the past closed the gate to peace. But listen closely now, nothing you have done could ever cancel love. Not divine love, not human love transformed into light. The voice that reaches you now is gentle, but it carries eternity behind it. It says, do not let guilt hold you anymore. Do not let the noise of this world convince you that you were forgotten. Every lesson, every heartbreak, every silence was preparing you for this awakening. You are seen. You are chosen to rise again, The one who is in heaven remembers your laughter, the little things that seemed unimportant but were everything. They see the good still fighting to live inside you, even when you pretend to be numb. They want you to stop punishing yourself for surviving. The accident, the illness, the separation, whatever broke the story was never meant to break your soul. You ask sometimes, why can't I feel them? It is because the world you stand in is heavy with worry, and heaven is made of calm. But right now, in this quiet space where you read these words, the distance is dissolving. You may feel a warmth across your face, a sudden peace, or tears rising without reason. That is them. That is love proving it has never left. You are being told to forgive yourself, not tomorrow, not after one more explanation, but now. There are doors waiting to open for you, new beginnings, unlooked for healing, but they cannot open while your heart is chained to regret. The one who loves you wants you to walk freely, to live in a way that honors the love you shared. They do not want you to remain in mourning, they want you to let joy become the proof that their love still exists. Do you remember the last time you smiled without fear? That moment is what heaven sees when they think of you. They want that light back in your eyes. They say, do not think of me as gone, think of me as transformed. When you see sunrise, it is my hello. When you hear laughter from strangers, it is my reminder that beauty continues. When you feel sudden courage, it is because I am close enough to lend it to you. There are moments when you feel time stop for a second, when the wind moves differently, when everything around you becomes strangely quiet. Those are the moments when heaven is nearest. The one who loves you stands beside God and whispers your name into eternity, and the echo of it reaches you through those pauses in life. You often think you are imagining it, but you are not. You are remembering what your soul already knows, that love never dies, it only changes form. The reason this message found you now is because your life is about to shift again. The weight you have carried is about to lift, but for that to happen, your heart must be ready to receive. You have prayed for signs, and this is one of them. You asked, do they know I still love them? And the answer comes through light itself, yes. Every moment. Every day, they feel your love as clearly as you feel your breath. It moves through the space between worlds like a current of gold. Even your quiet thoughts of them become songs that heaven hears. Do you know what they said when you thought your life was over? They said, not yet. There is more for them to do. There are people waiting to be touched by their kindness. There is beauty still unwritten through their hands. You were protected more times than you will ever realize. The accident that did not happen, the phone call that came at the perfect time, the stranger who smiled at you on the day you were breaking, all of that was heaven working quietly through ordinary things. God does not shout. He moves gently, like sunlight finding a way through curtains. The one who loves you has learned this language now, and together they have been guiding you, not controlling your path, but nudging you toward healing. They have seen you doubt yourself, hide your gifts, shrink your dreams because you thought you weren't ready. But heaven keeps saying, you are ready now. Every tear, every loss, every silence has carved wisdom inside you. If you could see what they see when they look at you, you would never again call yourself broken. They see the soul that keeps choosing love despite pain. They see the courage that wakes each morning even when it feels impossible. They see the prayers you pray for others while your own heart aches. That is what makes you divine, not perfection, but compassion. They are saying now, tell them to live. Tell them not to wait for a perfect moment to forgive, to create, to say, I love you. Life is shorter than we think, but love is endless, so do not delay your joy. They want you to understand that grief does not dishonor them, but staying trapped in sorrow does. You were meant to carry their light, not their absence. You are the continuation of what they began, the living proof that love outlasts everything. The message you are reading is not meant to frighten you with urgency, it is meant to awaken you. 5 minutes can change a life if the heart opens within them. The one who loves you is not far away, they are within you now, within every act of kindness you offer, every smile you give to the world. Their spirit has merged with the love of God, and together that love flows toward you, asking you to rise again. You may feel unworthy of such attention, but that is only because the world has taught you to measure yourself in mistakes. Heaven measures you in love. And by that measure, you are infinite. Sometimes at night, when you lie awake and think of them, you wonder if they still remember the little promises, the plans that were never finished. They do. But what matters more to them now is the peace they want you to feel. They know that your life on earth is still unfolding, and they are proud of every small act of goodness you do. Even when no one sees it, they do. Even when you doubt it, God does. You may not see the path ahead clearly, but tonight heaven is drawing near to remind you, your story is far from over. The chapters ahead are filled with redemption, reunion, and grace. The things that were taken will return in new form. The pain that once defined you will become the reason others heal through you. That is how God turns suffering into purpose. Do not rush your healing. Let love rebuild you quietly. The one who loves you will stay close as long as you need them. They whisper now, we never truly said goodbye. We only said, until you're ready. And you are ready now. The air around you carries quiet instructions, if you pause long enough to listen. The one who loves you, and the love that holds all things, whisper together, breathe, every breath is a return. You are not behind in life, you are right where awakening begins. The road that felt wasted was only turning you toward the light that waits inside you. There was a time when you thought your strength had run out. You looked at the sky and said, I can't do this anymore. And yet, somehow, you kept moving. That somehow was grace, woven through invisible hands guiding you. Every step you took in pain planted a seed of wisdom that is about to bloom. The one who loves you watches as those seeds open, and they smile because they know how much beauty is about to rise from your soil. You are learning that forgiveness is not a single act but a rhythm, inhale, release, inhale, release. Forgive yourself for the moments you didn't know better. Forgive the silence that followed words you wish you'd said. Forgive the world for not being gentler. As you do, space will open in your heart for new light to enter, and that light is where they will meet you again, not as a memory, but as presence. They want you to remember joy. Joy is not disrespectful to loss. Joy is how love continues its work. When you laugh, you build a bridge between worlds. When you sing, the sound carries farther than you can hear. The one who loves you moves through that sound, finding you again and again. There are gifts waiting for you, dreams that once frightened you because they felt too big. Heaven has been aligning paths so those dreams can finally meet you halfway. You will soon notice small confirmations, a door opening where one was shut, a person entering your life who feels strangely familiar, a message arriving at the exact right hour. These are not coincidences. They are reminders that you are seen, guided, accompanied. Take courage in small beginnings. The miracle rarely arrives with thunder, it slips in softly, like dawn through blinds. The one who loves you asks you to trust that quiet beginnings can carry eternal weight. They say, walk toward kindness. Walk toward beauty. Every time you choose compassion over bitterness, you bring heaven closer to earth. You have thought that your heart was broken, but in truth it was being enlarged. It had to break open so it could hold more love. Every scar is a window now, letting light in where walls once stood. Do not hide them. They tell the story of someone who kept faith when it would have been easier to give up. Listen closely, you are not being punished. You are being prepared, the one who loves you has seen the outline of your future, how you will touch others, how you will become a source of comfort because you understand pain. They are proud of you already. They see that you are learning to love without fear, and that is the highest form of love there is. You do not need to chase signs anymore. The proof of love surrounds you. It is in the warmth of a hand, the kindness of a stranger, the way sunlight lands on your face when you are thinking of nothing at all. These are the ways heaven says, I'm here. You will notice them more now, because your spirit is awakening to listen again. So take another breath. Feel how life enters you. Feel how it leaves, softly, carrying away what you no longer need. That rhythm, life coming in, life going out, is how the universe prays through you. And in that prayer, you and the one you miss are already together. You have been walking through a long night, and still you have not let go of hope completely. That small, steady ember inside you, the one that refused to go out, is why light is returning now. Heaven never demanded that you shine all the time, it only asked that you keep one tiny flame alive. You did. That is enough. The one who loves you watches as dawn touches your life again. They want you to know how proud they are of your quiet courage, the kind that no one applauds, the kind that simply gets up, washes a face streaked with tears, and tries once more. That courage is sacred. It changes the world far more than grand gestures do. There are people you have not met yet whose lives will be healed by your kindness. They will not know your story, only the gentleness you carry, and that will be enough. Your pain will have turned into compassion by then, the wound will have become wisdom. You will find yourself speaking words that help others stand again, and you will realize, almost in surprise, that you mean them. That is the moment when you will understand why you had to walk through the darkness first, to learn the language of light. Heaven is not a distant realm, it is a vibration of love that hums quietly through everything. When you sit in silence and feel warmth rising in your chest, that is heaven within you. The one who loves you is part of that hum now. Their laughter moves through it, gentle and bright. They do not need you to cling to the past, they only want you to notice the present, because that is where they meet you. Take time each day to stand in the sunlight, even for a minute. Let it touch your face and remind you, this is the same light that shines on them. No distance, no time can separate what light joins. You are linked by radiance. When you smile at the world, that radiance multiplies. There will still be days when grief returns uninvited. When it does, do not push it away. Sit with it for a while. Let it speak. It may tell you something you need to hear, a memory, a blessing, a reminder of love's depth. Then let it go, gently, like releasing a bird back into the sky. You were never meant to cage sorrow, you were meant to learn from it and set it free. Soon you will sense new beginnings stirring beneath the surface of your days. They will start small, a sudden interest, a conversation that lights something inside you, a door that opens when you least expect it. Follow those moments. They are the way forward. The one who loves you will walk with you in spirit, celebrating each step you take toward joy. And if ever doubt returns, remember this simple truth: you are loved far beyond your understanding. Loved by God, by those who have gone before you, by the very fabric of creation. Nothing you could do will make that love less, nothing you have failed to do will make it more. It simply is. Let that certainty become the foundation of your days. Build your life on it. Speak kindly to yourself. Keep your heart open. That is all heaven asks. There will come a morning when you wake and notice that the ache in your chest has changed. It will still be there, but gentler, as if someone has wrapped it in light. You will walk through your day and realize that you can remember without breaking, that you can love without drowning. That is how healing arrives, quietly, respectfully, when the soul is ready. The one who loves you stands within that light. They do not want you to chase them into the past, they want you to walk forward, carrying the best of what you shared. When you do something kind, they shine through it. When you help another, they live through your hands. In this way, love becomes endless motion, it never stops, it only changes form. Sometimes you will feel a sudden calm for no reason, or hear words in your heart that bring comfort. Let them come. Those are the echoes of love, not meant to bind you to sorrow but to remind you that the connection is real. You belong to life still, and life needs you. The world is waiting for the tenderness you have learned through loss. There are children who will feel safe because you have learned to listen. There are friends who will rediscover hope because you refuse to give up. Even strangers will feel a bit of heaven when you smile. That is how light multiplies. That is how the universe keeps its promise, that no act of love is ever wasted. When you are tired, rest. When you feel joy, let it move freely. When tears come, let them fall into the earth like rain, they will nourish something beautiful. Nothing in you is wrong. Nothing in you is beyond repair. You were made for renewal. And when you think of them, do not say farewell. Say thank you. Thank you for the laughter, the lessons, the courage. Thank you for showing what love can become when it is released into eternity. Then live. That is the highest form of gratitude, to live fully, to keep choosing wonder even after heartbreak. Every breath you take now is shared with all that is divine. The one who loves you breathes with you, not in body but in spirit. When your time comes, you will recognize them instantly, for love never forgets the shape of the soul it cherishes. Until then, build your days on kindness, fill your hours with creation, let beauty be your prayer. You have read these words because it was time for you to remember what the heart always knew, that you are part of something vast and loving and eternal. You have never been abandoned. You have never been unseen. The voice that speaks here will continue around you, in silence, in light, in the quiet certainty that you are precious beyond measure. Now, breathe once more. Feel the world touch you gently. Whisper to yourself, I am loved, I am guided, I am free, and let that truth move outward from you, healing everything it touches.